Live from the heart of Hollywood at Genghis Cohen, it's the Nighttime Show. Tonight we have our special guest, star of Big Time Rush, Mr. Logan Henderson. We also have our head writer, Matt Walker. I'm the voice of the Nighttime Show, Mike Black. And now the hostess with the mostest, Mr. Stephen Kramer Glickman.
Yabba-dabba-doo. Wow.
Wow.
It's a long time coming, Logan.
Yes, it is.
I can't thank you enough for being here. How you doing there, pal?
I'm good, man. I was glad I got a little bit of time to come and say hi before I take off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where are you headed next? Where did you just got back from?
I just got back from London. I have to go back.
And you were in London when some of those attacks happened.
I was filming a couple streets away from the bridge. So
wow.
Holy
it was
crap.
close, yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, man. They've just been getting it. It's been a sad little time for those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just had that big fire there, too, yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you planning on going back to London anytime soon?
I am, yeah. Sooner than later.
Yeah.
So I think in the next week or so.
Would you perform, or are you going to perform out there when you're there? Or
No performances. This is all stuff that I'm filming for future project stuff.
Wow.
Can you talk about what that project is?
I can't. It's going to be my own.
secret.
It's for my own. My own music. So
Okay.
Wow.
That's
Music
about-
video?
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How do you?
So you're making a music video for London Bridge is Falling Down, and that's why you do it there?
That's
what
not
you're saying?
quite. That's,
No?
Isn't that a Fergie song?
Bridges
It's a Fergie song.
When you get when you go out to do something like that, do you go and find the cast, like find people? Like, do you have like a team to help you figure
Yeah,
out
I've kind
stuff
of assembled a team for different areas of the project, and that was kind of one of them. And director, I really enjoyed his work. Works out there, so I was like, you know what, that's not a bad excuse to go and hang out in London for a little bit.
Well, I got to tell you, man, Logan did this music video a couple months ago.
Yeah.
For
We released it not too long ago.
for a new song called Sleepwalker, which is a fucking great song.
Thank you, man.
It's a fantastic song.
Thank you, I appreciate
it's
it.
my favorite. It's like of everything that I've heard recently from your age group. It's
Wow.
No.
Jewish mother just came out of you.
We're at Genghis Cohen,
So this is the song the kids listen
This
to.
is the song the kids like.
It's all the
kids
rage.
like these songs, huh? What is this? What is this?
You don't
rap
understand,
music?
Mom. You don't understand me.
If this song were a ham, it would have the nicest marbling on it
You
you've ever
wouldn't
seen.
believe the marbling on this ham.
That's a hinder ham.
Now that is a hinder ham.
That is a nice Hender ham.
I'm
what
glad
that
you
is.
like it, man.
When are you going to open your own ham line and just sell Hender ham?
We're
Logan
in-
Henderson's Hender ham.
We're in the works. Honey baked hinder ham.
Coming Easter.
Logan Henderson Hender hams.
The line is around the corner.
He just sold to Boar's Head. It's going to be very lucrative.
He's blowing up.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. Now, well, like the music video for Sleepwalker, where did you guys shoot that music video?
So that wasn't too far away from kind of our area.
Yeah, that was shot out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Who was the girl that was in that video with you?
Her name is Rachel Yampolsky, and she is a delightful woman. Yes.
Oh.
No, she's really great. She's a big model, so she's done all sorts of different work. But she has such a cool look, and she's such a sweet person. So I was really happy to have her join along the project.
Do you date the women? Do you ever date the women that you work with, or do you ever try? Is that ever happen? Do you date the ladies that you work with?
I don't think. I'm trying to think. I've never really dated anybody that I've worked with. No.
That's a smart idea.
Got to keep it separated.
Keep it separate.
Yeah.
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 However, though,
You don't want that
I mean,
now
I
you
don't
got to
even-
show up and you've broken up, and that's the worst.
Yeah, and I don't even date a whole lot, so it's like it's got to be.
Look, however, when we were shooting Big Time Rush, and this is a fact, I remember this clearly.
Okay.
You two dated?
Clearly.
Steven, did you date Logan?
That was the one exception.
More than one time, Kendall would be sitting there with his guitar, and he'd be like trying to flirt with some girl. He'd be like, "Girl, you know I always love you."
Love that
girl."
song. Remember
Right,
that song.
Such a great song.
Love
And he'd be
that
like,
one.
I got to be with you, girl. And then
We're
someone,
the Bee Gees now is what we.
you got to be with me, girl. And then they would say, I got to be with you, girl, all the time. That's Mike Black. That's Mike Black doing that.
No,
And
the
then
Bee Gees didn't just walk into the recording studio.
love to love ya. And then they would go, Kendall, can you please come in for touch-ups? And he would leave the room. And while he left the room, you'd walk over and be like, what's up? And the girl would be like, I love you. And then she'd just leave with you. Or she'd like give you her number.
So,
Like,
Logan,
it
you're Mr.
happened-
Still Yo Girl?
I don't know about any of that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
In Vancouver, that I know that happened in Vancouver too. Because you're
lots of things happened in Vancouver. We did
Man,
have a good
we
time.
did a lot of horrible things in Vancouver.
Well, so I'm thinking like, what?
How many things can we talk about
How
that you did in
old were
Vancouver?
we?
My God.
How old were we when it was like Vancouver time? I think that's also guys being guys. You have four guys.
You know what
all
happened? You know
together.
what happened to me on
Competition.
You remember I fell asleep on your lap on the boat or on your shoulder?
Yeah, I
fell
remember
asleep
my
on
first
your-
beer.
I was drunk and I had been partaking in other things.
Yeah.
And I sat next to you and you were flirting with this girl and I just fell asleep on your shoulder. Like, and you were like, Jesus Christ, Steven, what's the matter with you? And I was like,
you're
I was like,
a
I'm
giant
having
child.
the best time of a. Also on that,
You're
on
actually
that
really
boat
funny
trip-
when you get drunk. You're
Oh, man.
hilarious.
On that boat trip,
So that's what it takes?
yes.
Here, here's a Fireball.
That's good. Yahtzee.
I'll take some fireball
Here's some
shots.
Fireball, you
I
can
have
start
fireball
drinking.
with me.
Yeah,
That always
why
makes
not?
me happier.
Why not?
One of the moments that happened on that boat trip, and you weren't. You were off.
So on the boat trip, were you the Horatio Sanz?
What do you mean by that?
That movie Boat Trip.
Yeah. Oh God, you just did a boat trip
That's what I did. I did
reference.
you mentioned Boat Trip. I
Matt
made a
is the
Horatio
guy
Sanz
that
reference.
saw a boat.
Matt is the only guy that's on a boat trip.
Absolutely.
That's so sad. I love it. No, there was a moment on that boat trip where I walk up and first of all, Carlos had asked some guy to help him with groceries and like beers to get onto the boat.
Right.
And then he gets him onto the boat, and then the guy from the grocery store just stayed on the fucking boat. Like he just
Waiting for a
stowed
tip.
away.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
left with the guy on the boat.
And I think we were just like,
He was probably just
you
waiting
know,
for a tip.
fuck
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And
Just
then
come on.
at some point in the night, he was like, yeah, hey, don't tell anybody, but I snuck on this boat.
We're like,
it was-
no, we know. We know everyone on this
We
boat.
know everybody on the boat, man. We all work together. But my favorite moment on that boat was I walk up and James Maslow has he was dating Halston Sage at the time, so he has Halston with him and Tanya Chisholm, who was on the show, and he's
Right.
talking to the two of them, right? And he goes, well, I don't know. It depends. I think that Halston has better boobs than Tanya does, but I'd have to feel both to be able to know.
How do you remember this stuff?
Here, you'll find out
You'll
why
find
he
out why.
remembers. Yeah.
He goes, it's got to be one of the two of you. I don't know. I can't tell. And Tanya goes, that's rude. Like, I have much better boobs than Halston. And Halston is like, no, I do. And James is like, well, why don't I feel both of them? And then I'll tell you. And I walk in, I go, whoa, 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 whoa. You need to have someone that's impartial. And so... like James looks at Halston and she goes, I'm okay with it. And Tanya goes, whatever, sure. And so I felt up Halston and Tanya at the same time.
Where was I?
Well, you were in the back talking to that the
The
girl.
guy who
Supermarket
doesn't
guy.
belong. He
Talking to the
doesn't
supermarket
belong
You're
on the
talking to
boat.
the guy that doesn't belong on the boat.
He was
I'm like,
feeling up the
so
supermarket guy.
What are you doing here?
I'm feeling up both of them, and then I go, I'm gonna have to try again later, right? And everyone laughs, and then I walk away, and then James and Halston get into a fucking brutal fight because she's like, "How dare you let someone feel me up?"
Especially him. Have you seen
She's
him?
like, that guy, that fat piece of shit. And so they're like fighting, and then they get they
And that was
made
the
us-
last time you ever grabbed a boob.
we
And
pulled
for
over
what
at
it's
the
worth,
next.
I think you
we
have
got-
better boobs than either one of those two.
That is
Steven.
true. I have
Yeah.
much better boobs. But we pulled up at the next dock, and they got out. James and Houston got out at the next dock because they didn't want to fight on the boat in front of us. It was so fucking hilarious. And then
they broke up.
just
well,
heavily
here's
enough
what-
to not
and then-
remember that.
Well, and here's the best part of the story is I was dating a PA that was working on it. I don't know if you remember her, and she had like a mohawk. Do you remember her? She had real crazy hair and like facial piercings.
I do faintly remember you kind of.
She looked like she was in an accident with a fishing rod.
Yeah, she looked like she was in an accident with a box of tackle. And and on the last day of shooting, I go to say goodbye to her. And I go to kiss her goodbye, and she goes, "Hey, will you sign my shirt? This is my show shirt. Will you sign it?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And I take a Sharpie and I write, "I will always think of you." And I signed her shoulder. And then she goes, "Hey, James, will you sign my shirt?" And he goes, "Sure." And he cups one of her breasts and signs her breast. And she turns bright red, and then he looks at me and he goes, "So we're even now?" And I was like, "Son of a bitch!" And she was like, to this day, she was like, "James Maslow touched me. I almost died."
Got
It
him.
was- Got him.
Wow.
And then they
God
broke up
bless.
after that, right? James and Houston.
I don't know if it was right after that, but it was pretty soon after that.
I think you broke
I
them
think
up.
it was about a
I think
year
she
later.
was thinking about you the whole time.
Oh God, she's on a new show too. She's
Yeah,
on, she's on
she's
that
blown
new
up.
the new Seth MacFarlane show.
Yeah,
God
the new
bless her.
space one.
Yeah, big
Is
fan.
cool.
Is it?
He's doing like
it's
a parody of Star Trek, kind of.
Is it just a cartoon or is
Live
it
action.
live action,
Wow.
and she
Yeah.
plays she plays like the alien on it.
That's cool.
It's rad.
Yeah,
it's gonna be rad.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
So, you and I had our dressing rooms across from each other for 4 years
Yeah.
and a movie, so around 5 years almost.
Yeah.
Long time.
Saw a lot of things.
You saw probably too much. Tell these boys about our awkward relationship during that time.
I mean, what do you mean awkward?
Just tell them about what it was like having to deal with me every day.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
I remember you usually being late, which
Sure.
I remember because I was also late to most of those.
Right.
to most of those.
Right.
I don't know, man. We got into a lot of shenanigans. I do remember most of the time trying to come and talk to you about maybe a scene or something that was work related, and you'd be on the phone trying to get free shit from people. More often than not, you'd be trying to see how
what he
can I
does.
how
How
can
do I get free puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like always something.
random stuff. You'll be
Weird
like, you'll
stuff.
never believe where I got all these masks. And I'm like, how do you get this stuff?
Why do you have all these masks?
Yeah.
So now, how did you
Where'd you get this root? Where'd
How
you
did
get
you
all
get the
this?
part on Big Time Rush?
Yeah, how did that come about? How did
Hell, I don't know.
Because you were cast early. You were in the
I was.
original pilot.
You know what? Scott Fellows, the creator, had seen.
You were
a
with Kendall Part 1.
Yeah. No, well, Kendall joined
Yeah,
in
yeah,
last.
before Kendall.
You were with the pre-Kendall.
Oh, totally. Yeah, exactly. Kurt.
Yeah,
Kurt. Yeah, Scott Fellows had seen me in another Disney show that I did back in Texas, and I was the lead of this pilot that we did.
What show was that?
And I remember him.
Do you remember?
It was called Life Bites, I think.
Yeah, and then didn't you did Friday Night Lights also?
I
right?
did, yeah, back
Yeah.
in Texas, in Austin.
Yeah.
And I remember him going like, "That show sucked," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And he goes, "But you were the only funny person on that thing," and he's like, "You know," he's like, "I think
Lead with that next time.
No, I know. I was like, "Oh, thank God." But yeah, I think we'd have been like 2 years, and I know he was really pushing for me. So I think that was, I mean, obviously the main reason I got it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so sure Sony and Columbia at the time. I hadn't done any type of performance in front of people, so I was young.
And you didn't have music background either, did you?
I had just my own music background, kind of like growing up and being in bands and of course, loving writing and all that stuff. So I kind of had that going for me. But as far as actually, classically trained, I had never experienced anything like it. So
Sure, yeah.
So-
Did they put you into training when you were?
I put myself into it. I got with a really great coach and teacher that really just kind of I just said I want to be able to do whatever I want to do,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
was like, all right, it's gonna.
So did you skimp on the dance training? Is that what happened?
Yeah, you know what? I was kind of like, I'm not a dancer, and especially if it's with 3 other guys synchronized. Let's not do this.
Some of those early Big Time Rush videos, it's like, oh, those 3 guys are in sync.
Yeah,
and
well,
then there's Logan. doing his
it's
own
funny.
thing.
Like, I guess
They
dancing
did
was
give
never
you a
a
lot
part
of
of
shit
my.
for that, though.
Totally. Oh yeah.
Did they write that in, or was that legit, or was it kind of like just kind of?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Besides, Carlos and Jay, I don't think anybody was like some expert dancer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
And I think everybody can groove, but I think it was just like, those are some crazy dance moves. Like,
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Darren's dance
And
moves you gotta learn
I
how
never
to do.
grew up really like watching any of the boy bands like NSYNC or Backstreet. So
Sure.
that was all very much kind of like I was going to rock shows when I was a young kid, going
Yeah.
to I was listening to like different music. So it was completely it was just
Who did
kinda
you listen
shocking.
to when you were growing up?
I listened to all sorts of stuff. Of course, I had my I love pop music. I think it kind of makes the world go round. But I don't know. I grew up.
I see it's gravitational force from
Yeah.
the sun
Wait.
that makes the world go round.
Are you
Yeah.
sure about that?
Yeah, pretty
I
sure.
thought it was pop music.
It is. Yeah.
So I don't-
Pretty sure you're wrong,
I
man.
could be wrong.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't
thinks
know.
he knows about science.
My dad
fucking
grew up in the
nerd.
car listening to B.B. King and Eric Clapton.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I loved the Clash and old punk rock and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, kind of everything.
Tears in Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
favorite
that's
song.
That's my favorite song.
No, the Eagles. Like I don't know, man. I like kind of more of the classic rock, but
Yeah.
of course I went through the phase of
Did you have any communication with anybody from a boy band? Like, was there when
Well,
you?
we've met, like Joey Fatone you've had on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We've
yeah.
hung out with him a few times in Vegas. That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is a trip.
He is, man.
He
He's
really
a party
is.
animal.
Yeah, my God.
But yeah, no, we've met a few of those guys. Who else have we met? Chris Kirkpatrick, we'd spent a lot of time in Florida with him.
Did they send in like a boy band coach or something at the beginning, or
No, we had people who worked in voice and people who knew how to dance.
Mm-hmm.
You remember- who
choreographers,
was the
like
guy-
major choreographers, but no, like, oh, this is the guy.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that was the producer from Sony that came over?
Gustavo Rock?
Not Gustavo Rock. That was me.
Oh.
But that's not aside from me. Who was the guy? Jay something. There was a guy who came over in the first few episodes who had like written. I think he wrote the theme song.
dance, the dancer.
No, the producer from Sony.
Oh.
I think from Sony or. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no. I do remember.
That there was like a guy because I shadowed him for a whole day.
Yeah, what is his
Sony?
name? No,
name
he's a
is
big deal. He did a lot of the High School Musical stuff.
Yeah, he did all the high school
his
musical
name,
stuff.
I'm completely blanking on his name right now.
I spent a day at this guy's office. Like,
How was that?
Trying to shadow him to like learn about the music.
He's an
industry.
interesting cat.
Yeah, he told me some horrifying stories, and his
About working with us.
Yeah, no. His office had so many gold records that they were just piled up on the floor in the corner. Like the walls were covered in them, but then he just had them piled on the floor.
Haven't
'cause he
gotten
had
a
too
chance
many.
to hang all these
Yeah, it
gold
was
records.
Yeah, he was like, here's all my Mandy Moore, here's all my Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
Like the guy had been in the business for so long.
So he was you.
Right. Like, well, that's kind of, I guess, how
You
was
were able
helpful.
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, he said that.
Did he
that
dress like a clown too?
He did not dress like a clown. I did not dress like a clown. I may have dressed like a clown.
He did a little bit. Yeah.
Dressed like a high
Recalling
society
some of those
clown.
outfits.
On the first episode, they had me wear a suit. And they were like, "You're going to wear a suit," and then I was like, "This is the stupidest thing in the world. Why would I wear a suit?"
You were very involved though. Like you brought clothes.
I brought
for them
clothes
to put
from
you
home.
in.
I bought clothes at this place called Fallis something out in Silver Lake. I went to like a
Out of the closet.
Yes, I went to out of the closet.
Get his HIV test and
Wait,
then
is
get
it
some clothes.
Fallis Paradas?
Yeah, I went to Fallis Paradas.
Discount store.
It's like a discount.
Famous in Koreatown.
Oh yeah, I went there and they had like hoodie sweatshirts that had like weird stuff all
And
over them.
Kangol and
like
stuff.
Kangol
Makes
and
so
stuff.
much sense.
Rockaware, like
Yeah.
all stuff that was going out of the business that no one wanted
But
anymore.
I
And
love
bought
that
those
you
and wore them on the show.
created your character. You know.
And I even went to downtown Los Angeles and bought big, thick, crazy necklaces to wear on the show because at the time they were like, well, we don't really know what it's going to be like, and I was like, no, this is what it looks like. And then we
It
ran
looked like
out of
Cirque du Soleil. Their plane crashed in front of my house.
Yeah.
And you just scavenged through the body.
Absolutely.
For clothing.
even Kangol. They ran out of Kangol hats because Kangol hats are like $30-$40 a piece.
Yeah, they were
ran
expensive
out of
because
them.
they were a big deal.
They were a big deal. So I called Kangol in New York and was like, "You need to send us more Kangol hats."
No
for me to
one
wear
works
on the
here
show."
anymore.
Yeah, no. And they sent us out like 150.
We're like,
Kangol
sorry, we got to go
hats.
to LL Cool J's house and raid his closet, and then we can get you some more
Yeah,
hats.
Totally.
I still to this day wear Kangol hats.
Oh, I know.
I know. I wear them too often.
Whenever you go golfing.
Yeah, I wear them when I go golfing. What were your original impressions of the other guys that on the other schmucks on the show?
James is pure talent. I mean, he's just Mr. Right guy. He kind of had it all together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he's very dedicated to his craft, and to his body. Yeah, I mean that's part of the craft, I guess.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like craft macaroni.
You're dedicated to your craft macaroni
I
and
love
cheese.
my mac and cheese. No, I remember
good.
James being so he was just so on top of things.
Yeah.
And Carlos, there was another guy in place of Carlos, and I had become friends with this guy.
Really?
So it was a little odd whenever he was kind of like kicked out and Carlos came in. I was kind of like, okay, what's going on? But
And who was that guy?
Because
that was before the original pilot.
His name was Nico Tortorella. He's on a TV show right now. It's
really?
Actually, yeah, it's a big TV show. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And does he sit at home with like a picture of Carlos on his dartboard and like practice throwing darts at him?
No, he's such a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Fuck Carlos.
He's such a cool guy. I'm sure in hindsight he's probably like, I'm kind of happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. He's an interesting guy.
What about Kurt?
Cool.
Do you remember what he was like?
Kurt was really cool. I mean, he was pretty well seasoned. I mean, he's a New York Broadway guy, so he just knew how to sing, knew how to.
Yeah.
I remember him singing, going like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm not going to sing like that." I think I maybe have my own style. It's not going to sound quite like that. But he's so good. He's still working on Broadway, isn't he?
Yeah. He's still out there. He's still killing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What about Kendall? When you met Kendall?
Kendall, I had met before this whole audition process because the friend group in LA and the people that you get to know and that you meet.
Sure.
Pretty small. And I remember him coming over to someone's house, and he had an instrument, and he was playing guitar, and we just started kind of jamming. And so I was singing with him, and we were kind of just going for it.
Whoa.
And I remember leaving kind of going like, that was a lot of fun, man. It
How
was good
old
to
were
meet
you
you.
when this was happening?
It's got to be 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And we were just singing, and we were like, that was a lot of fun, man. Good to see you. Good to meet you. And then he shows up at one of the auditions, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. What are you doing here?
Yeah, that's so
bizarre. So I did my best to just give him a whole lot of shit whenever we were in the audition process.
Yeah.
But I really liked him, and I think it was pretty unanimous. Whenever Scott was like, "What do you think about this guy?" We were like, "Let's do it."
Yeah,
we're on board.
That's so great.
Yeah, it really was. It was magical.
I literally was at my mom's birthday party at the beach. She had like her horses at the beach at this like in San Diego, and like all of her friends are around, and this guy who I'd met a couple times says, "Hey, did you hear that my son is going to be on this Nickelodeon TV show?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Oh yeah, James, you've met James at the synagogue and stuff." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember James. Yeah, well, I think we played piano together one time when he was like 13." And he was like, yeah, he got cast on a show on Nickelodeon. And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And we went back to the party, and then 5 months later, like James calls me and goes, "I just found out that you got cast," and as I'm pulling into Paramount to like sign my deal, and it was like that we're on the same show.
Isn't that wild?
I've known him since he was a kid.
God, that's so odd.
And he was always handsome. Like there was a point in time I remember when he was like literally
Who's this little
like,
girl? No, he's a beautiful man.
I know, he really is. He's very pretty. And he got a lot of shit for being pretty. Like, and now he's like
as
anybody
does.
that looks like that does. I mean,
take Mike.
That's true. It never stops.
It never stops.
You have
Mike.
no idea why people like you. Are
their intentions? Are they real?
What do they want?
What do they really
Just
want?
tell me it's real.
They always know if they hang out with you.
I tell jokes that suck, and they're laughing their asses off, and I know I'm like, you bastards.
You're only doing this because I'm
Steve
pretty.
tells jokes that suck, and they don't laugh their ass off.
Right.
It's a much more realistic way of doing
yeah.
things.
Steve at least knows where he stands with people.
I have writers for a reason. Oh my God! Hey, so Matt, as always, I brought a bottle of Fireball whiskey to the show because Fireball is the best. It's the best.
It makes every show better.
It makes everything better, man. It makes dates better. It makes dancing better. It makes podcasts better. It makes shows better. It makes stand-up better. It makes dealing with your family better. It makes crying better. It's so much better. I love it. I'm gonna drink some right now, and you know what? If I hold the bottle up, you can actually hear the Fireball whiskey talking.
You can't hear it talk.
Yes, you can. I'll take the lid off. Hang on. Okay, now I'm gonna hold it up. You can hear.
Steven!
Yep, that's the Fireball.
Wow.
That's in the
I
bottle.
want to be inside you.
Oh, all right.
Steven!
Hey, Fireball, how are you?
I'm so horny, Steven.
I'm sure you are. All right, now
I
let's.
want to do it with your stomach.
Well, get on in there. I'm gonna drink you down,
right.
baby. Here we go.
Yeah, swallow it. Yeah.
Get in there. Ooh,
yeah.
how's it feel in my stomach?
Feels so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So good.
Hey, who's making all that racket?
Oh, God, there's another man in here. Steven, you whore.
How much stuff do you have in your stomach?
Who's in my stomach? Who is that?
He looks so handsome.
Oh, that's Gary.
Yeah,
Gary.
don't you remember?
Gary asked if he could.
I slid down an onion ring last week, bro.
Yeah, he needed a place to stay.
Yeah.
I'm Airbnb-ing my
Your
stomach
stomach,
right now.
Definitely, yeah.
So Gary, how is it in there with
It's good, bro. I'm not ready to blow out anytime soon, man.
That's cool, man.
I'm gonna hang out in here for a while.
I hope you don't mind hanging out with Fireball whiskey.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be great. We're going to party together.
We're gonna give him ulcers together, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Let's
hey,
kidney stone.
Gary. Let's do a
let's-
sloppy seconds. I'll
Let's
be
get
inside
revenge
you.
for him eating us, even though we want him to.
Yes.
Yes.
Just kind of rolling inside. Oh,
I think you should go see a doctor, Steven.
I probably should. Guys, Fireball whiskey, it makes everything better. All right, let's get back to the show. Logan, you've been so supportive too of coming out to the show, and you came up on stage with us at nighttime show and played.
Absolutely,
Play
man.
tennis,
I'm there.
right?
I try to come out as as often as I can.
That's very cool of you.
I've
man.
always supported your
I know.
Yeah.
I remember when
artistry.
you came to see me do stand up in Canada one time when I was doing stand up. I think that was the first time you'd seen me, and you came out with Carlos and somebody else, and then Carlos said he wanted to start doing stand-up comedy, and we sat around. Carlos wrote a bunch of material, and we sat in his dressing room, and he performed for us in his dressing room and did a bunch of jokes.
Was I there?
Yeah,
Were they all racist jokes?
Gosh,
Kendall
that was like a long
and James.
time. It was
We're
a
talking
long,
like,
long
Were they
time
all
ago.
racist jokes?
yeah. They were not racist. They were all about shitting his pants.
Okay.
They were all about farting.
Something
and
we can
shitting.
all relate to,
we
right?
can all do. We've all done that.
Every good comedian goes through the shitting your pants phase.
Yes, they all do.
Writing.
They really do. What about the ladies? How has this affected the women in your?
Are you dating anybody now, Logan? Do you have a girlfriend?
No, not right now. No, I've just been focused on kind of the music and what's going on
Are
with
you
that.
dating?
Hear that,
music?
ladies?
Are you
But I
dating
do live in
music?
Santa Monica now, so
Oh,
it's a good place to be by
Yeah.
the beach.
Ladies, he's on the market, and you know where he lives now.
And what's your address, Logan?
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Totally.
Logan, what's your social
Just hang
security
out
number?
on 3rd Street
Check it.
Promenade. He's bound to show up eventually.
Can we get your mother's maiden name and
Mike's
her
like,
date
no,
of birth?
but really, what's your address?
what's the
Tell me after the.
Totally,
Sure.
man. Yeah.
what's the nicest thing you've done for a lady? What's the nicest thing you've done?
Break up with her.
Yeah, right. You'll thank me later.
Like, as far as a date, like what's the
Oh, as a
nicest date
date?
you've taken a lady?
I don't know. I do good dates. I feel like I'm actually.
Walk us through one. Tell us.
Like
us
if
a
you
good
were
date.
taking Steven on a date.
I've
This is for the-
dated someone for a while, or if it's just like a.
Okay, pretend Steven is a
Right.
beautiful young woman who you just met at the beach, and you're going to take her out for the first time, so you want to impress her.
You guys are ridiculous. Listen, I'm a huge foodie, so I think wine, cheese, Italian food. I'm
Earn your right to go.
You like the Italian? Of course you do. I can tell.
Is there a favorite restaurant you take him to for Italian food?
No, that's not like a favorite restaurant. I like trying new stuff.
You
So.
ever do Dantana's?
I have done Dantana's. I liked it better with the old management, but
Yeah.
but Dantana's is a classic.
Yeah.
If I can sit in the same place Frank Sinatra sat at, then that's
Absolutely.
that's a spot. You know what? Music, concerts.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Okay.
concert guy.
Yeah.
what do you look
take
for in a
you take
woman?
Wait, you take a girl to a concert? How does that work?
No, but like live music.
Yeah, you can take a girl to a
do you
concert.
invite
I'm from
girls?
the South. It's very.
You take them to come with you to go see a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but not you. Do you invite them to come
Yeah,
see
come-
you?
come
see
come
my
watch
concert?
me perform.
He
That's
rents
actually-
out Hollywood
No,
Bowl.
no, that's not.
That's a good move, though. Actually.
It is a nice move. For comics, it's what a lot of comics do. They go, "Hey, what
Come
are
out
you
to
doing?
a show.
Come out to a show."
Well,
And
it
then
is
if
good
they
because
like you,
also
then-
the set isn't like an hour and a half or anything. It's a little bit
Yeah.
shorter, and then you can talk before, after.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I've
don't
done
do
it a
the
few times. I've
yeah.
actually done it a few times.
You don't do the
A girl
old
that I
like
was with
Led
for-
Zeppelin thing where like they're like, "Hey, John Bonham, play a 20-minute drum solo while I'm going to take this chick out of the front row of the concert.
Yeah.
Go have sex with her in the back, and then I'll come back out when you
No.
go with the drum solo."
No, you bring them up on
Okay.
stage and they're in front of everybody. And you're
You
like,
sing to them while they sit in a chair and all that.
It has. We've done that before.
You have done that before.
Yeah.
You've sang.
Oh
to
yeah,
a
the
girl in a
Worldwide
chair.
Girls, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are some classic times.
Did you ever make out with a worldwide girl?
I didn't. No.
Who made out with a worldwide girl?
I don't think like
Kendall?
make out on stage. I don't
No,
think
like
that's,
afterwards.
No,
Like
afterwards.
afterwards.
People consider that maybe a little.
you
Oh,
take
no,
a
I
gr-
don't think. I don't think.
You don't take a girl back afterwards.
No.
Did you ever pick up a girl
take
at a
her
concert and have fun with her later?
Come on.
Come on.
No,
One-
no, no,
one,
no.
Not one girl. You just.
I have never. No, never.
Well, when you're on the
Hey,
road,
because usually when we're on the
Can
road-
I just say this really quick? Thank you for none of you guys being daddies, like becoming fathers while we were shooting the show.
Yeah.
Like that
yeah.
deserves a
Yeah.
round of applause.
Th-
Because Jamie
you.
Lynn Spears,
Ended
who
her
was
show.
on the show before ours,
Yeah.
she
but
lost.
that happens.
Yeah,
Some-
but
you
she had
know?
a baby.
Yeah.
But sometimes that happens.
Yeah, but you didn't do
The
it.
circle of
That's
life.
true.
Thank you for being safe.
That's
and
true.
careful.
That's
Yeah.
true. I still. I need a little bit
so
of time for
when
that.
you were
I
on the
think.
road, Logan, were you like checking IDs before the girls like came in? Because like you never know. Like they're like 15-year-old fans who probably look like
No,
they're
because
21.
Gotta
I
be
don't, I don't
careful.
think we ever really had like fans. I think it's. I mean, we had fans, but I'm
Well,
saying
yeah.
like usually like the
Twitter
times
would beg
that
to
we
differ.
meet people, like
Yeah.
you'd meet them like in a bar or something, and that's how you'd be like, "Hey, do you want to come
Okay.
see your show?" And they'd be like, "Well, we don't even know who you are,"
Right.
and it's like, "Well, this is maybe a good thing."
Yeah.
You know,
Because then you don't have somebody who just likes you because you're Logan from
well,
Big
you
Time
just
Rush. It's
you,
somebody who
you
likes
meet
you because you're
people all
Logan
in
at the
different
bar.
areas. Like whenever you travel around the world, it's not like
Sure.
everybody you come in contact with is like, yeah, I was actually going to go to that concert tonight. You know, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
you
a
know,
different thing.
absolutely. So you kind of meet all sorts of different people, and you know, I
That
think
makes a
it's-
lot of sense. I mean, I've noticed as I've gotten as I've gotten older, like I start seeing more and more fans that are now like in their mid 20s, as opposed to like back then where it was like you talk to a 20-year-old, they have no idea what's going on, but
Yeah.
you talk to like a 15-year-old and they're like, "Oh God!"
And the interesting thing is, Big Time Rush is still playing in different countries. So
Yeah.
we have, there's
New
I think
fans all the
Europe
time.
is still,
Yeah.
it's really, that was a cool thing.
And
I
you guys
know.
were
I wanna
biggest.
go
That's the
to-
best part about traveling, which is you get to,
I've never been to Italy, and I know our fans in Italy
you
are
gotta go.
fucking
I
crazy.
ate so much
Like,
pizza.
they are. Did you really?
I ate so much pizza. Pizza, wine, all the time.
Oh my God!
Now your biggest
I want to go.
market, would you say, was South America?
We have
For
a lot
music?
of. I think we have a lot of love in South America for sure.
Yeah.
Mexico. I mean, there's so many places that we have a lot of people
If
all
you
around
look
that
at,
really
like,
love
yeah.
the music and the show, and it's been it's a blessing. It's cool.
When we've done some breakdowns on like our demo of like where our show is listened to and where like my Twitter is like popular at, and like it's I know Mexico has a lot of love for us. Like,
Yeah.
I know that like
It's so
like
much
our
fun
fan
going there
base down
performing.
there- oh my God!
It's
and
wild.
you guys went down with Bieber down there too.
We did. We did one of our first shows down there with Bieber. That was outrageous. 80,000 or so people, and that was like our first a lot of things really, like because the elevation is different. We had to have air mask underneath the stage, and we'd go and do that because you're jumping around. You don't want to lose your breath.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Air
interesting.
masks under the stage.
You had to go get oxygen because you don't want to pass out. And
Wait, where was this you were performing?
where was it? We were
Mexico
That was
City.
Mexico City.
Azteca
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stadium or something, or
How many
I
people
was
were?
going to say, yeah, in Colorado they have to do that.
Yeah,
'cause of
absolutely.
the
And we've
air.
done the same thing there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was fun. We got to hang out with kind of Bieber and the crew, and it was a special experience for us.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah, man.
Did you
you
feel
go-
different when you were performing on oxygen?
Yeah, I was
Like,
having
was
a
it
good
like
time, man.
kind of surreal? Like, yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. No, it wasn't. It was just kind of like that's a different experience. It was cool.
Did you guys go vandalize anything with Bieber while you were hanging out?
We did not.
Okay.
That was the days before vandalism. You know, even
the days
started.
before vandalism.
Yeah, you know.
Where it's like, I'm not inviting these posers.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Yeah,
vandalize
right.
on my
Unless
own.
you vandalize, you're out. And so
Well, we
You guys are
all,
out. Yeah.
you know, I think we all have like weird things that we've collected over the years. You know, as
You might.
we're
really.
really
Okay,
just
let's ask some real questions here. Okay, of the guys in One Direction, which one's the biggest dick?
No, none of them actually. None of them. They're all really cool guys.
Okay, of the guys in One Direction,
Real
which one has
questions.
the biggest dick?
Okay, there we go.
Liam.
I don't know.
Liam has the biggest dick.
I don't know. I'm shotgunning
You know,
here.
there are like 50 billion questions on here.
I know.
Yeah.
We're
right.
gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
I fight for the fans.
Did you ever have disagreements with the other boys? Like, did you guys ever fight at any time? Was there any sort of
Absolutely.
moments?
Yeah.
What's the biggest fight you ever had?
You
Oh man, I don't know.
not to like overstep in any way, but you were always way more laid back with them than other
No,
members of the
I can
cast.
be an instigator. Believe me, I can.
Really?
be an
I can see
instigator
that.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But
What was
you're
a
pretty
bit-
mellow.
what was like you don't have
you
to
have four
get-
guys having to spend that much time with each other. It's just like brothers. Like it's at some point,
Yeah,
shit's
because
gonna
you guys
pop
had
off.
to deal with contracts that were you had favored nation contracts between the four.
Well,
of you.
we also just worked all the time. There was no
downtime.
There's no
Yeah.
downtime really. So of course, you know, whenever you want to be by yourself, you can't. And then whenever you know how to piss somebody off, you're gonna do it. You know,
Right.
and that's things you learn as you grow up. And you know, unfortunately, I wish there was a few times we probably could have taken back
Okay,
and
so
gone.
Logan.
Didn't need to do that.
How do you piss off James Maslow?
Oh, I don't know.
How do you piss off Kendall? Come on, you say you know how to piss these guys off.
How do we
Yeah, I
do
know.
it?
It's really more circumstance. I don't know.
Okay.
With Kindle, I don't know. I'm pretty good at doing it.
Do you tell
know,
him Incubus
just,
sucks?
just by default.
Do you just go like, hey, Kendall, Incubus sucks. And then he gets mad?
Incubus sucks. Incubus sucks.
Yeah, totally.
You're
no,
like-
that gets him going.
Men's fighting
You're
words.
like gluten-free bread is cardboard.
It's for posers.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, how do you piss off Glickman?
I don't know.
You
We-
just
You got a twinkle in his
we just-
eye when
Yeah.
he
you just
paused
hit
on that.
me in
It's
the
like-
head.
Yeah, I would
usually.
just, I'll just
Punch
pick on
him.
you.
One time I put on like a space helmet and I thought I was like
I remember that.
and then you kept whacking me in the head
I
during
did.
it. You know, and I would make these videos and it always would kind of end with me getting hit by
Yes.
something. One time
A lot of fun for me.
One time,
videos.
we
Dope.
got in a lot. Me and Logan got in a lot of trouble because we ran around on the back lot and climbed up into. You climbed up
The fire escape.
the fire escape of Ryan Murphy's office, who
Yeah.
created American Horror
I
Story.
remember that.
and
We were
Glee.
just doing some video, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
it wasn't-
I was making a video for people. This is how long
To
ago this
introduce
was.
like your Twitter or
Did
something,
It was
you
right?
to
pissed?
introduce my Twitter for
Yeah.
people to like my Twitter account. That's how long ago it was.
You're
I was
welcome.
like, I have a new Twitter account.
right.
And then we ran around and
Now
you
we're all
ran-
begging for you to shut it down.
I know. Please stop. Please. It's enough already. Enough!
So, okay. Here's a question.
right.
I have to ask how awkward this was.
Okay,
You,
is this
for
going to be
while-
a good one? I feel like you're
a
just
good
trying to
question.
rile some stuff up here.
No, no, okay,
Maddie.
this is a good question.
Matt,
Okay.
Matt's
This is a
riler.
legitimate
He's
question.
not
Riler.
doing a great job of riling.
This is a legitimate
honest.
question. Okay.
He looks like
So
the
for a
Emperor in
while-
Return of the Jedi when he starts asking a shitty question like that.
Exactly.
Now, for a while, you were dating the sister of the wife of a member of your band.
Yes.
You
yes.
dated Mackenzie Vega.
Uh-huh.
Was that, when you broke up, did that cause any awkwardness between you and Carlos? Like, does that make anything weird now because you dated, like, his sister-in-law?
You know what? No, we're all family, and we all have a massive amount of love for each other. So it's it's life. It's one of those
That's good.
things that happens. You know.
Okay.
Good.
Well,
Okay.
that's good. That's good to know. As long as everybody's.
Do you want to talk on the microphone, Steven?
All right,
Steven's
as long-
bored
as
with that
long-
answer. He's moved on.
Yeah, no, we're moving into questions. We're going to take questions from the fans. It's time to do fan questions. Okay, first question is from Bianca Addison.
Bianca.
Bianca. She asks, Logan, do you watch the TV show Empire? Really
I do
great.
not watch Empire. I should.
You should watch that
I know.
show.
I really should. I haven't really gotten into Empire.
We're going to keep
I
going.
like the commercials
Petra.
for it.
I'm
I've
still
never
been
watched
stuck on
it.
House of Cards. I've just been kind of like
I haven't watched the new
House of Cards?
season yet.
Yeah, I'm getting
excited.
into it.
Okay.
I'm like
Yeah.
5 episodes into the new Orange is the New Black, and
I've heard it's
Oh,
bad.
I forgot that's on.
it's really good though.
I've heard it's
Is
bad
it?
though.
It's good.
Really?
It's good. Yeah.
Everyone
I
else
don't
says it's
know.
bad.
Who told you it's bad?
Like everyone on the internet.
Your mom.
A
Your mom was
reliable
like,
source.
I don't like this Orange show. What's your favorite song at the moment and why? That's from Spook J10.
What's my favorite song at the moment?
Yep, favorite song at the moment.
Oh, let's go through Spotify.
Petra Ogier.
What have I been listening to?
By the way, I love our fans from the show. Like, I love them, but holy shit. I get hit with some horrible comments sometimes from some of these kids. Like, I've had to, in the last 2 days, I've had to block like 7 kids because they write,
Why are you fat?
I'll be like, hey guys, guess what? We're gonna have a member of Big Time Rush on our podcast, and a kid writes back. First comment was, why are you trying to cling to their fame? Go have your own career, loser.
That's
I was
amazing.
like, what the fuck?
That was actually me that, that
I was
tweeted
going to
that.
say, that's your manager, Steven.
Why are they being so mean to me?
Favorite song? I don't have. So I don't have a favorite song, but there's a
Okay.
few stuff that Queens of Stone Age is gonna release some stuff soon.
Okay, like
I'm
that.
excited for that. The Killers have some new stuff coming out. There's a beautiful woman called SCA that is amazing. Has a new album out.
Oh, yeah.
Big Sean has a great album. Black, Kendrick, they all have. Great
If you only
stuff.
had
think
$20, what album would you buy of those that you just mentioned?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
If you could only
Kendrick's
get one.
new stuff is pretty fire. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
Kendrick
that's a
Lamar's
great,
stuff is
that's
really
a great,
amazing.
great album.
All right, Jazz. Ooh, Haas Daj. I can't say her last name, but Jazz HASDJNANIKIAN asks, what has been the best year of your life so far?
The best year. How about let's go ahead and just say this year.
Yeah.
I like to kind of go with what's happening at the moment.
Well,
Yeah. Because this year you've only seen Glickman like 3 or 4 times.
And that-
As opposed to
And
blessings
you've
on
fly-
blessings.
and you've flown all over the world. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
that.
and I'm kind of just now getting into the music and really
Okay.
kind of putting in
Question
my
for
own
you
projects. So it's
from-
been nice.
Irene Grek. When's the album coming?
Ooh, the album. That's a little bit tricky. I'm working on a lot of music, so I just want to make sure I kind of have everything that I want. And I'm there's a lot of stories going on. So it started out with only a couple tracks, and not sure if I wanted to do an album, and then it just kind of like came all at once, and I was like, I'm gonna put together
So
something
before the end of
special.
the year?
Yeah,
Would you say?
yeah. I
What's
believe
it
so.
called when you only have like a couple of songs on an album?
An
Like you have,
EP.
like, an EP?
Yeah, it can be an
so
EP.
if you had like like 5 songs or something
I could,
like
but I
that?
figured why not? I just
do a full album.
go for it. You know.
Yeah, you should, man.
Yeah.
Because you're very, very talented.
Thank you, man.
And I want to hear everything.
All right, Irene Grek also asked you to tell her that you love her, and I'm just going to say no. He doesn't. Sorry.
Well, I will go ahead and rescue that right there and
There
say
you
that
go.
you know what, I do love you.
Whoa!
Whoa, there he is.
Whoa!
Professing his love.
All right, how about
I
this?
got a lot of love.
Darling,
Logan was single, now he's
Darling
not
Dreamer
anymore.
asks, "What's your favorite kind of chips?"
Oh,
These are the real questions.
yeah, kettle jalapeno chips
Yeah.
in and around my mouth.
Okay. Oh,
Well-
in and around the mouth.
So he probably disagrees with Chef Filippo, would hate those.
Yes, that's true.
No,
Big
those
time,
are so good, addicting, man.
Big Time Dreamer asks.
Big Time Dreamer?
Big Time Dreamer says, "What musical instruments will you use for your new music?"
Well, it's very instrument driven. So of course, guitar and then bass is a huge, is huge in the music that I'm making.
Oh,
right
I
now.
like that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Jamie asked, what is the story behind Sleepwalker?
Ooh.
The story is.
Jamie cuts right to the core.
I know. It's kind of like this guy's Inception like dream that he has about
Oh,
a past ex lover, and he's kind of like stuck in this, this spot, of all the memories that they kind of shared together.
Do you feel? Hang on a second. Do you feel like there are people from your past, like relationship-wise, that you go back to the most, that you think about more often than others?
do you
In
mean think
certain
about?
circumstances, I don't think it's just one person, but I think, yeah, absolutely, all the time. Yeah, I think we kind of, reminisce and think about stuff. And
Did you just ask Logan about his spank bank?
No. What's the matter with you?
I think you did.
No, I'm asking a real question. I feel like sometimes, like when you think back on
Yeah.
on your time and your relationships, you go, "Oh, oh, I remember this person fondly, as opposed to some people that you just kind of forget about. You know?
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's those relationships without a doubt.
Is there one that got away? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think they all got away.
Yeah.
That is a fair assessment.
That's really funny.
Logan,
what happened.
use more duct tape.
Right.
It's really funny. The other night at our live show, an ex-girlfriend of mine showed up to the show.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was funny because she came over and she was very nice. And after about 3 seconds of talking to her, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is the reason why this would never have worked."
And in scene.
Yeah, and I didn't invite her to the show. She heard about it through the internet and then just showed up. But
okay.
you know what I mean? Like I hadn't seen her since she worked on Big Time Rush with us, like way back in the day. But it was very weird to be like, "Oh yeah, that's why you're annoying." Sorry.
Oh,
Didn't work out.
This is one of the best questions I've ever heard, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah.
From Audrina. She says, Logan, if another man in this world was Logan Henderson, would you be his fan?
Oh.
Ooh, I like that. That's weird.
I don't know. I guess you can have the same name, but you can't have the same vibe.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I
Only
really don't
one
know. I'd
Logan
really
Henderson.
have to.
Oh, I was thinking there's you're a different guy. Like maybe you're just a guy.
Oh, really?
But some other guy is you.
And maybe in
Would you
another
be a fan?
universe.
Would
Maybe
you be
in
like,
another universe.
Yeah,
if that's,
I like that guy's
I don't know.
mojo or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of an odd question. Maybe.
What does this mean? Someone wrote.
What does this mean?
Punny Kendall wrote, Logan, are you a Kogan shipper? What is
Kogan
that?
shipper.
What's
Oh.
a Kogan shipper?
Oh, I think we know.
A Kogan shipper is
Someone
people who
who
think that
roots for the
Logan and Kendall
relationship of-
have a relationship and that they have sex with each other. That's what they think.
What?
I don't think it goes that far.
I think
That's
it goes
what a
that
shipper
far.
Does it?
is. A shipper
Have
is
you
someone
seen?
who
Okay.
wants
Have you
a
seen the
relationship
creepy
to
fan
happen that they're
fiction?
not in.
No, I haven't.
Like you haven't seen the creepy fan fiction?
Wait,
Like,
hang on a second.
I don't get out much, so I don't really see.
A shipper is
Like, say someone wanted Wolverine and Jean Grey to get together.
right.
That's a shipper of them getting
Of
together.
fictional
they ship
characters?
those two.
Of any people.
Well, they
Of-
did. I
it
know
can
that
be
they
real life,
they
or
like.
whatever.
I remember when we were
So
doing
what would
the
it
show.
be if it was Steven and
Well,
Logan?
no. What's really weird is on the
Slogan.
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 Yeah.
Slogan.
Here
yeah.
we go.
I like slogan.
That's a
Very
good slogan.
So you're a shipper of Slogan.
I'm a shipper of slogan. I like that. I'm in.
A shipper.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Shipper.
Because I mean, there are
slogan.
people who write creepy stories about you
Fan
boys,
fictions.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's gross, right?
You can write whatever story you'd like.
Dude, they
but
did fan fiction of storks too.
Yeah. Oh, I
It
saw.
was not okay.
Yeah. You know what I actually did? Okay.
Who has the time to write
Honest to
like,
God.
I don't know
elaborate
who
stories?
these people are that do this stuff, but they really dedicate
Okay.
to it and they draw pictures.
I have a
Well, if my
confession to
work
make.
is not appreciated, sir, I will leave.
I will go, sir.
Come on.
I have a confession to make.
All
In
right.
my search history from 2 days ago, I actually did just search Stork's Pigeon Toady erotic fan fiction because I was trying to find something to send
What
to you
happened
to annoy
to you as a child? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, you have real problems.
And I
man.
found some, and I was like, I got too creeped out, and I was like, I couldn't send it to you. I got too creeped
I've
out.
seen it. It's not okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kids listening, do not dive into the abyss
Yeah,
and check
yeah.
that stuff out.
Stay
Just
safe.
Yeah.
avoid
It
it.
will ruin
Stay
your
safe.
life.
Yeah.
You're
You're going to leave with more questions and answers. And
This
you're not
was
gonna
a
like
question, Logan. Do you plan on meeting Ocean so that we can call you Uncle Logan?
I just can't believe that I haven't yet. But
Wow.
it's going to be a little harder now that they
Yeah.
are in Hawaii.
Did they move to Hawaii?
Now you have to cross
I
an
think that
ocean
they've-
to meet Ocean.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, yo.
Wow.
No, I think, they think I've seen it on social media and stuff. And, of course, they were making the move. So I think it has happened. But I know. So cool. I mean, honestly, if you
Oh
could
my
move to
God.
Hawaii and raise a family, that is, like, the best
Good
thing.
for them.
Absolutely.
That's
I have a question for you,
No,
Logan.
I wish I would have been able to see them before they leave,
So-
but they'll
I
be
know.
back.
They'll
You
be
were
back
on
there.
a TV series that lasted 4 years and a movie, and then you did music and you were touring a lot.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, financially, you did pretty well during that time.
Well,
I'm not going
everybody
to ask you any
likes
numbers,
it. Yeah.
but I'm going to ask: is it the kind of money where you could just say "fuck it, I never need to work again," or is it the kind of money where like it was nice,
I
but
think
you still got to
even
do
if
stuff?
I had no money, if that was really one of my things that I wanted to do, I would just be like, yeah, I'm gonna move to some island, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm just gonna stay there. I don't need much, I don't live off of much right now. I get to just kind of, I don't really care about all that stuff. I just kind of like.
Says the guy living in
hanging
Santa
out.
Monica. Don't live off much.
Hey,
Almost $7,000.
What I mean is, I
Don't
live
live on
on
much
the
in
beach.
Santa Monica.
Like,
yeah, but you live on the beach.
In a tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a tent.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's why he wouldn't give us his
That's
address.
why
He doesn't
you-
have an address. It changes every night.
That's
Yeah, right.
hilarious.
Logan Henderson is homeless. That's the headline on Pop Sugar tomorrow.
God, please don't do that. You know what though? I believe that though, because you've always been very like easy going when it comes to like the stuff that you like. You're not like you don't.
You're not high
We
maintenance.
could be gone tomorrow, and I can't take it with me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's just
no.
like,
You're not overly fancy.
No.
You're not like when.
I'm just a guy from down south.
Hey, dude,
know
when
what?
when our show was going, there was like a period of time when our show was kind of like peaking, and when it was peaking, all the guys, like all 4 guys, were like, "I'm gonna buy a badass car, and it's gonna be super amazing." And then it was kind of like you. I think I don't.
You
know
were one
what
of those guys with
I
the
was-
license plate tag.
I got the
Yeah.
Mustang.
Gustav Rock.
James got the Porsche, right?
He's
did
been
he
through a
get?
few amazing cars.
He had some amazing car.
Totally.
Kendall had something amazing.
It
Carlos
was
had some-
electric.
Yeah, he got something electric.
No, or it was like half. No,
Yeah.
it was like.
And then Carlos got something, some giant, massive,
Awesome.
like massive thing.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm gonna get this pickup truck.
I waited for a while. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
were
did.
smart.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
were-
drove my truck here today. I
Yeah.
love having the windows down.
It's
that's-
badass. You gotta roll
Wait,
the
your windows down?
Ah,
Love
we
it, love it.
know
And this
too
interview
much.
is over. Thank you guys so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Leave on a high note.
You know,
He
it's
lives
such a-
in Santa Monica. Everyone remember.
One of the weirdest. No, skipping that question.
What was the question you skipped?
No.
Was it
No.
Elizabeth's question?
not-
What is
You had-
your
Matt, you had
biggest
enough.
dream?
Yeah. No. You know what it does? It brings.
What is your
attention
double
to the
biggest
wrong
dream,
stuff.
Logan?
My double biggest dream.
really was the
What was Logan? What was your favorite '90s Nickelodeon TV show?
Oh, I watched all that a lot. I love the sketch comedy. You
Yeah.
know, so all that was a good one. What else? All their cartoons were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Cartoon Land they were way above Disney.
Ooh. What about what was your first job? That keeps popping up. Here.
Yeah, my first job was I think it was Cold Stone Creamery. My first job out here was a Jamba Juice job,
Yeah.
and so was pretty bad at that. That lasted about a month until
Yeah?
we started auditioning. Yeah. So
Making
Did you
smoothies.
live at?
Working
Did you
at
live at the
Jamba Juice.
Oakwoods?
I
When it was
lived.
Oakwoods?
No, I never lived there. No. But not too far away from that.
What was the worst day at Jamba Juice?
I think I remember opening up the store and there was no one there to help that day, and I had just started working, and so I just didn't know how to get the drinks in time, and I just remember being cussed at. And
I
know
said
people
no
wanted
protein in mine.
and that's kind of how it was, and it's just amazing when people need to get somewhere on time. You know how shitty they can really be.
Nice.
And so I was just terrified. I was just like, I can't do this. I'm out. Flip over the tray.
Okay, Logan. Denny wants to know, what do you think about black skinny jeans?
I'm wearing them right now, so
Yeah.
so is Steven.
Nice. I am. Well, they just.
He makes all jeans look like skinny jeans.
Oh God! See, I was gonna say that, but you did it too fast. You bastard.
I am.
Can I bring?
Okay,
I
question,
Got, I got two things I want to bring up.
Big Time
All
Rush
right, go.
reunion. Possibilities.
I mean,
They want to know. The
I
people
think
want to know.
in the near future, if they're really hoping for that, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody, it just would kind of not give credit to all the stuff that we're doing now.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of
You got
has
your
their
own
own
stuff
projects
going
going on, and it takes a lot of time.
Carlos is a baby now. He can't go do anything right now.
That's very true.
I
he probably
also-
hasn't slept in 3 months.
Exactly.
I've also told fans in the past when they ask that, I go, "It's not up to us. It's a television network. Like we don't own."
Well, that
the
also,
show.
I think it's just it's like reading
you
a
guys are
story.
all-
It's amazing to kind of go back and reminisce, but there's still a story left to tell for me. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what's also important too for fans to know is like here's the best thing I can tell you guys. If you're listening and you're like, oh, but we want a reunion, go watch the reunion episode of Saved by the Bell. Just go YouTube it. Look up Saved by the Bell. Zach and Kelly married.
What was that like?
Reunion.
I never saw it.
It's the worst shit in history.
Awful.
Yeah.
You don't want to see a reunion because
it ruins the show.
It ruins what it
Totally.
was, man. Like, remember it for what it is, and then move on with the people that
remember
you're a fan
the
of.
Brady Brides?
No,
Where they had to recast one of them because one of them refused to do it, and it's like it just
because she was on drugs.
Yeah,
like
Really?
no,
Yeah.
She was busy doing drugs.
Yeah, she was busy doing.
Listen,
drugs.
it was
My
a great
schedule's
show.
all
It was a
full,
great
so-
show. There's going to be plenty more shows for all of us, and a lot of different art projects that we're all creating, and that's the best
and,
part.
like,
You know, what a
hopefully-
cool project to be a part of.
Like, hopefully, we'll get to work together again.
Yeah.
You know, or like individually, you guys will get to work together on something else at some other point in time.
Without a doubt.
And that'll be really cool because you guys are all still friends. Like, I am still friends with all
Totally.
of you, and we'll all get to have some sort of fun at some point. But it doesn't
There's
mean
going to
that
be a lot of cool roles and a lot of cool music, and it's. Yeah.
What about acting stuff? Do you go out a lot, or are you taking time away from that?
I'm
or
kind of
what do you
taking a
think?
little bit of time just to focus on music.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of. And plus, it's just like really fun right now. So I'm kind of doing all aspects of the project that I want to create, and so it kind of leaves a little room for doing other stuff. But if it's something that I read that I love, of course I'll go out for it. Absolutely.
Okay, now there are two weird things that happen. One is super positive, and one is kind of sort of fun and negative.
Okay.
But
All
I
right.
want to talk about them because they both have sat with me for a long time, and I think they're both hilarious in some way.
Yeah, okay.
Number one, you want positive or negative first?
No, negative first.
Okay,
right?
negative first.
Bring
One
it
of
up.
my favorite screw up things ever that I was ever even around for was in Vancouver. We're doing this Big Time Rush movie, right? We're shooting this fake London place,
Right.
and we have some horrible PA working, I think, on the show. Some lady that was not very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she sets up for you guys. Now, Mike, here's what had happened, just in case you're not aware of this. They had set it up for you guys to go in and do some sort of live stream interview thing. And you'd been working at this point like a 90-hour week, okay? Yeah. They bring them in to go do this, and they don't tell the guys that the live stream is already going.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So these guys sit down, and right out of the bat, it's like, fuck this lady, and everyone, she's such a fucking asshole, and she ended up.
I remember there's some unkind words going on there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, what was because I wasn't around. I wasn't around for the blowback from that. Like, was there a blow? Like, was there?
I don't know exactly. I mean,
Did
listen,
you
we
get
all
in
say
trouble?
stuff that we regret.
No, I
We all
know.
do,
But
you
look,
know.
it was first of all, Logan. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it was very funny, and
A lot of stuff happened that trip.
And I remember her being awful. So, did you guys get like?
So she
did
had it
Nickelodeon come down and be like, "We're very upset. You
no,
guys
I
have to
think
watch
it
our
was
link."
just
No,
like
I don't care.
we probably shouldn't do that again.
Did no one said anything. It just
No, I think
kind
it was
of-
only there for like a few seconds or whatever, but sometimes it happens.
I love stuff like that.
I remember the paparazzi like getting in some like
well, because I
squabble
got
with Dustin. Do you remember that? Like, so there's been a few crazy things.
What
that
happened with Dustin?
what?
He was one of the photographers was trying to get in one, and I think he was moving an umbrella and it hit the guy in the face on accident. And there was like this big thing. Like, I don't know. It was a weird kind of thing.
Doesn't seem like a lot of paparazzi guys are hanging out just hoping to get bumped into so they can
totally,
see people.
Yeah, they totally want to get hit.
Have you had any awkward interactions with any paparazzi, or has it been okay for the most part?
No, not yet, but I have tons of time.
You know, I should do that. I should do that. I'm good at antagonizing people. I could probably get smacked in the face and then sue somebody
you
for a
would
lot
be
of money.
Great for a paparazzi.
Like, remember that time when I yelled at Billy Ray Cyrus and I told him your daughter's a whore?
You might have missed
Oh,
it.
that's
Colin.
awful.
Yeah,
Why
it
would
was
you
terrible.
do that?
Yeah, did you get punched in the face? I would have
No,
punched you.
I was hoping. I want to get some lawsuit money.
Billy,
awful.
we're at Genghis Khan right now.
Yeah.
Awful.
if you want to settle some scores.
Okay, and then the other one, the good side. And I don't mean to bring up bad stuff, but it is a fun,
Yeah.
It's funny to talk
But you
about.
do it anyway.
But
That stuff happens all the
to
time,
me-
though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, we were on a kids show. Like, a kids show is supposed to be all squeaky clean, but we're a bunch of men running around trying to get them ladies, and,
Them ladies.
and
Gosh, you
drinking-
sound like a dad.
and trying to
Back
get
in my day when we were going for the ladies.
trying to get them ladies, and then, and we're having parties and partying.
Yeah, I
and
mean, hey, we
making
were
mistakes.
18 to 23, 24 years old.
How many
Yeah.
single
You know,
moms
what
did you hook up with during that time?
None. Matt.
None?
Really?
Really?
I hooked
None?
up with way too many.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I hooked up with
You never
single
told me
moms with
about this.
spider tattoos on their faces. Oh man, constantly.
No.
I'm not kidding you. There are like a trail of single moms out there that do not like me.
God, I had
because-
no
Logan, see, I
idea.
just get the impression like outside your dressing room, like at concert venues, you just had like one of those like take a number things. And
No,
just, like,
no,
have
I-
girls come by and just
I really don't get out much.
you don't have to. They just come to you.
Yeah. No, nobody. No one with spider tattoos on their faces.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you never
no.
had spider face?
You never had old spider face?
You never had old spider face? Oh,
Now, isn't that the one where like
spider face.
after you slept with her in her van, you signed an autograph for her kid?
No, that's a different woman.
Different one. Okay.
That was at the Ontario Improv.
God, I had no
I slept
idea
with
this
her.
double life you lived.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got children's cheese crackers stuck in my
Yeah.
ass that way.
Wow, amazing. And you probably still ate them.
Yeah.
I did. They were delicious.
So what was a good thing? What was the good thing?
Oh, the good thing was before the horrendous situation that our country is currently in, we had another president, and you got to go and
Yeah.
spend time
That was
with
really amazing.
President Obama more than once, a few
Yeah.
times, and when I say that you got to go spend time with him, I don't mean you got to go hang out like 100 feet away. You actually got to be like in the living room and like play music and do stuff
And
with them.
talk
will
with them
you,
for a
will
bit.
you talk a little bit about being at the White House? Because I've never been there. They probably won't ever let me
It's
go.
really
You're
wild.
Canadian. You're not allowed.
Yeah, it's really wild. I mean, it's just a magical experience, really. I mean, honestly, one of
how
the
many
biggest
times did
honors
you-
of my life to be able to do.
Did they have to
something
do
that.
like a weird, extensive background check
Yeah,
before you got in?
yeah, I'm sure they did. We wouldn't know about it, but I'm sure they had to do a background check, and I'm sure they checked the hotel rooms that we were staying at because it was really close. And that's
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much protocol.
Yeah.
But going in, yeah, lots of security. I mean, the place is gigantic. Obviously, you see it, but really getting up there, it's wild how many rooms they have, and
Yeah.
the decor in there is just unbelievable, and the history in that place is it's wild. But yeah, I don't know, calm, cool, collected. President Obama
Did you get to go see
and his wife we played ping pong with. You
played ping
Yeah, on the
pong?
day of
she's
play.
a sweet lady, but do not get in her face or she will ping pong champion. She is.
Is she like the Serena Williams of ping pong?
She's a great player. She's
Yeah.
a great, no joke. She's a great player. So
And
don't
and-
get in her face.
And you spent time with the kids too. With
Yeah, we met them, and then I think.
How old were they then?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
How old are they now? I really don't know.
one of them just
20.
went off to college, I think.
Yeah,
So-
19.
but
20, something
I
like that,
remember. He had said that this is, a gift to his daughters for us
Yeah.
to play, and we had gone up either right before or right after One Republic, so that was a really cool experience.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that was neat. That was really neat.
Did they give you anything cool to take home with you? Any sort of memorabilia from, or did you? Did
You know what?
steal
I
anything?
think that what we had done on the road was collect challenge coins, I guess is what they'd be
Oh
called.
yeah, sure.
And I think we did actually get one from one of the.
Oh, there's like a White House challenge coin?
Well, I think a lot of those guys they have their own. So yeah, it's either Secret Service or FBI that gave us one. So that was really cool. Yeah,
That's
that one's
cool.
a cool one.
Yeah, because that's the thing you can't get anywhere.
Absolutely.
It's not like you went to the gift shop and like, oh, let me get this little commemorative spoon.
Yeah,
Like they
and,
have,
and
yeah.
I'm wondering, like, I don't know what the grading level and if this is even like a real thing, but they say, if you have the higher up challenge coin, you can put it on the table next to somebody else's challenge coin, and they buy your beer.
Right, of course.
So
Yeah.
I feel like I have a pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're going to win every time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be drinking.
I have
Whenever we
I
hang
have
out.
a challenge coin for bravery from the LA Police Department. Did you know that?
No.
It was given to me in front of you, actually.
What brave thing
What did you do?
Oh, you don't remember? There's a video. You can go on YouTube. You can look it up. It's called, I think the video's title is Big Time Jackass. And it is where I was filming a comedy sketch of
And you fell off a Segway?
and Carlos while I was riding a Segway backwards.
Oh, yeah.
And I fell off the Segway and cut both my knees up in front of a police officer because you guys wanted to race a police car.
And he basically kind of like gave you a sticker and said it's going to be okay.
Yeah, he came over to me and he went, usually we give this to children that have like witnessed like a bank robbery, but I'm going to give it
But
to
I
you.
witnessed the most hilarious shit. This is for you, buddy.
Yeah, he goes, you fell off a Segway and you didn't cry, so here you go,
and then one single tear went down
he
your
went,
face.
Thank you. And he gave it to me, and this is the best part. I have it hanging from my rearview mirror in my car. And cops, I got pulled over for going through a stop sign, and a cop pulled me over and goes, hey, you know why I pulled you over? And I go, yeah, I went through a stop sign. And he goes, is that a coin for being brave? And I go, yes, I was brave. And
There it is.
Yes, there it is. And he went. All right, well, just be more careful next time. And he let me go because I had the coin.
So that probably happens
That's
7
amazing.
times a week.
That happens
with
a
your
lot.
driving.
Yeah.
I do Uber a lot.
Did you ever
now.
see him drive back in the day? Like, you know, he's the worst driver ever.
I never
right?
really got in his car.
Oh, you're
I
such
mean,
a
I
smart
know,
man.
I know there
He's very
was
smart.
hurt puppies and candy in there, but I never really actually got
Well, it
in.
says on the side, puppies and candy.
Yeah, I never really
Puppies
got
and
in that
candy
car.
in my car. Yeah, that is amazing. So what an incredible thing.
We had a good run.
Yeah, we really did. We
did.
had a lot of fun.
And we're still friends, so
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what makes it even better.
It really does, Logan. It really does.
Okay, now I'm getting out of here, man.
Yeah, this has
I hate this. I
been
hate this.
amazing.
It has been.
Thank you for doing this. Anything you want to say to the kids listening to this? Anything you want to tell them?
You know, music's coming soon. It's going to be an interesting journey, so I'm excited for everybody to come along.
When can we see the music video you're filming in London?
It's going to be still a little bit. We're getting some things
Couple
together.
months?
So I don't know. There's not an actual date. He's trying
Are
to
you on?
pry.
It's okay. It's all right. Are you on the? Do you have a name for it yet? Anything?
I do have a name.
Are you allowed to tell us? That?
I can't tell you.
All right,
I can't
okay.
tell you yet. But when
Do you
it
have
gets
any
closer,
scoops
I'll
for
come
us?
back and see you guys, and
Do you have
we'll do
any
another.
scoops for us, Logan?
I think you guys are gonna. It's gonna be exciting. It's good. The music is much different than kind of what I've been doing before.
Tell that
so.
to everyone. That's not a scoop.
Yeah,
Forget it.
exactly. Get off the show. We're done with you.
No exclusives. Forget it.
I
Logan.
come in like a king, and they kick me to the curb once I'm done.
Well, when it comes out, will you come back on and we'll play the song and you talk to us about
Absolutely, that would be great. I'd love that.
Would you mind if we played a little bit of Sleepwalker at the end of this episode?
Please
Is that
do.
okay?
Yeah.
All right. Then,
it? All right.
then-
How do I gotta get off YouTube, right?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
get it off YouTube.
Great. Thanks
Is
for
that
the
cool?
editing work, Steven.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, thanks.
enjoy doing that editing.
Talk about
You
how
have
we're going to
Spotify.
pirate his song right in front of him.
Yeah, right. How do we steal this? Okay, here we go.
We'll
Anyways,
buy-
Logan,
we're
thank
gonna
you so
buy
much.
the song,
Yeah.
and then we'll do that. Logan, where can people find you on the internet? If they wanna find
You know, Twitter, Instagram, and I think.
Are you on Snapchats? Do you Snapchat?
I am not on Snapchat. Well, who needs Snapchat now that we have Instagram, Snap,
Yeah.
or whatever?
Oh,
Instagram
yeah.
stories. Yeah.
Is
So
Instagram
stupid.
paying you to say this?
No.
Yeah. No. What is your tag on Instagram? So that they can,
It's
they can
just,
find
I don't know. You know what?
you? Yeah.
That's very invested.
Go.
Well, what's yours on Instagram, Steven?
Mine
Yeah,
is
do
at
yours.
Stephen Glickman, STPHEN Glickman on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and Snapchat because I like making them snaps
Yeah,
sometimes.
there you go.
I like them faces and stuff. Snap.
Mine's just Logan Henderson on Instagram, and then one Logan Henderson on Twitter. And
Nice.
that's where you'll find me, and I'll be there.
Oh, hey, we brought you a present.
Oh, did you?
Yes, this is a bottle of Fireball whiskey. It's
Thank
the
you.
official whiskey
Oh,
of.
this is exactly what I need for a hangover. Thank you so much.
There you go.
No, but this is I'm drinking a fair amount of this.
Yeah,
good stuff.
It's the official whiskey of our show, and it is the official whiskey of partying in Los Angeles.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you, Fireball.
Yeah, anytime.
And we get one of these every single time you go to the show. So
Yeah, oh man, do we ever. Our next show is July 15th at the Hollywood Improv.
Okay.
Don't miss out on that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast and go back and check out other episodes, including our episode with Kendall that we did where he told lots of fun stories. And we have all sorts of other wonderful people coming up on the podcast too. Mike, where can people find you?
On all social media at Mike Black Attack.
Nice.
If you want to see He-Man in various forms, go to Mike Black's Instagram.
There we go.
That is true.
Oh, hey, real
The
quick.
He-Man is.
Matt, where can they
Oddly
find
enough.
you? And we just
Okay.
have one last thing before we go.
You
Matt,
can go to funnymatt.com. I got links to everything there. Or if you were upset with my questions with Logan, please let me know at mattwalkersucks.com.
all right, and
Matt
then
Walker sucks.
I feel like, yeah.
what do you
Logan will
think?
be
There'll
on
be
there.
some of those.
I need to put this to a vote at this table, and you guys can help me vote. Mario Delago is our guy who does our artwork
Yes.
for our show every month, and he is an absolute genius. And if you don't follow him online, you're missing out on beautiful artwork. This guy does really great stuff.
I'll have to
So
check it out.
we decided for because it's July is Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con month. We're gonna do a He-Man Masters of the Universe
nice.
poster with all of our guys that work
Okay.
on our show as He-Man characters.
That's
okay?
amazing.
Yes.
But here's the question: do we make the He-Man characters skinny and overweight, or do we make them all super buff?
Skinny and overweight. It's
I
funny.
think
What do
maybe
you
it
think is
should-
My vote is go
because both are funny. Both are funny.
Can you do both?
go like the classic, the way the toys were, where they all had the same body.
They all had the same
like
body.
They'd all been going to the same gym.
Yeah, exactly.
But like some of them would have a fat head, and some
I
of them
think
would have like a skinny head.
I think it's funnier.
Great
and
lads,
and
you
it
too.
Looks more. It'll look more like He-Man if they are all super jacked up.
Yeah.
Like if Matt is.
Are you
super
saying
jacked
that
up and
I'm
then he
not
has-
jacked up? Is that what you're saying?
Matt, you're
Oh,
jacked.
you're jacked up. That's for sure.
yeah, we're definitely jacked up.
Yeah, this guy is jacked up. I don't know if you've
He's
ever
all
seen
jacked
Matt
up.
Walker. He looks like a fucking red broomstick. He's like barely a person. But yeah, I think that could be really funny. So that's
Okay.
going to come out. Also,
Which He-Man character? Are you going to be Prince Adam?
I'm He-Man.
Yeah,
Oh
he's-
hell yeah. But then which one do you want to be? Who
He
do you
should
want
be
to be?
Fisto,
Fisto?
the guy with the giant fist.
Yeah, that would be
Fisto.
good.
Fisto.
Who do you-
Fisto.
who do you
What
wanna be,
about
Mike
you,
Black?
Mike? Who
Skeletor?
do you want to be?
Yeah, Skeletor would be cool, or Hordak, or I'm pretty big fan of all of them. I just
Who's
don't
gonna
want to
be
be
the tiger?
Ram Man.
You don't want to be Ram Man or Manny Faces? Which one was the
Manny
one?
Faces is cool,
which is the
but
one with
Mechanic sucks.
Who's the one with the head that spins inside?
That's
the-
Manny Faces.
Yeah, I thought
he's
that would
all
be
right.
a funny one.
Battle Cat would be cool.
What's
Which
Robbie
one
going to
should
be?
Robbie be?
Robbie should be Battle Cat.
Battle
You should
Cat.
be riding Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's so disturbing. You should make that happen.
Or he should be Castle Grayskull.
He can be Castle Grayskull. That's so funny. I love it. All right, and Glazer. We should have Glazer be something.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Glazer should be Fisto, actually, because he has the beard. He has a
Yeah.
big, full,
Okay.
full beard.
Well, what about then? Who should Matt be?
Orko.
Orko. I
Who's
don't
Orko?
think that's gonna work.
Who's Orko? I don't remember these
Orko
guys. enough.
sucks.
Beast
Orko's
Man?
like
Should we do
the-
Beast Man for?
Oh, yeah, he'd be a good Beast Man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's the plan.
Because
So
he's got red hair.
Yeah.
Beast
Oh,
Man
and
does.
nighttime show backpacks are coming from. Those are going to be available for sale soon. So that's been that's exciting stuff. Big deal, guys. Big deal today. This was really cool. Logan, you're an absolute prince, and it's an
Thank you
honor
guys
for
for
you
having
to
me on the
come and do
show.
this. Love you, buddy. And don't forget, subscribe. Nighttime Show Podcast. Hang out. Party all day. Party all night. We love you.
All right,
I'm
you
Steven.
dirty, rotten scoundrels. I'm out.
All right.
Thanks,
good night,
Logan.
guys.
Thanks for coming.